Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a look at Elite Trainer Boxes. You see, I was doing my thing that I tend to do. I went and had a look over on the Pokémon Center over in the US, and had a look at the kind of boxes they've got available. And you know what? They've got some older Sword and Shield Elite Trainer Boxes available. And then I started having a look at some other stuff. And basically, where I'm going with this is, if you are a fan of these sets of Elite Trainer Boxes, etc., you kind of need to jump on these sooner rather than later, because these are going to be gone soon. And when they're gone, things are going to get a little bit silly. Very silly, quite frankly. And I've got some examples I can show you in a moment. So, let's have a quick look then at what they've got over on the Pokémon Center. Here's their selection as a whole, but there are two there, which I do think stand out more than the others, and they are essentially Vivid Voltage and Darkness Ablaze. They are sets 3 and 4 of the Sword and Shield era, the second half of Year 1. You'll notice that Sword and Shield Base and Rebel Clash are not there. They've essentially gone. They're gone forever. There are, and you'll notice there are also a few gaps, so things like the Evolving Skies Elite Trainer Boxes are ones that we would generally expect to find there, but they are unfortunately all sold out. Chilling Rain is not there either, so unfortunately you're a little bit limited there, but a couple of the older ones are very much still there. Okay, and the thing is, if we go and have a look at the moment, nice and simply, you can pick these up for $40. Because that's what the RRP is, right? They are $40. The Darkness Ablaze Elite Trainer Box is $40. The Vivid Voltage Elite Trainer Box is $40. And I know at this stage, there are a bunch of you looking at it and going, yeah, but come on, Wassy. Really? Darkness Ablaze? Vivid Voltage? These aren't necessarily the best sets in the Sword and Shield era. And you're right, incidentally. They are not the best sets in the Sword and Shield era. Because if they were, they'd already be gone. If these were amazing sets that everybody wanted, they wouldn't still be there. Like I said, Evolving Skies, you ain't finding Evolving Skies. And frankly, if any more Evolving Skies Elite Trainer Boxes do get listed, they're selling out, ladies and gentlemen. They are selling out basically immediately. For anyone that's wondering, Evolving Skies Elite Trainer Boxes are basically going the way of Evolving Skies in general. I'm not sure if there's going to be more reprints of them or not, but unfortunately they are not looking great. They're not terrible. I've seen worse, but they are starting to go up in value a little bit. You know, the last couple sold on eBay were $60 and $70. Which, you know, it's Evolving Skies. It's a very sought-after set. It's not horrendous, but I think it's fair to say it's not particularly good either. So let's not worry about that. Let's worry about the ones we have got. We've got Darkness Ablaze and we've got Vivid Voltage, two of the earlier ones on there. And the thing is, you don't have to get them from the Pokémon Center. This is just an example. Because, of course, because they are available on the Pokémon Center, I can go and have a look at Darkness Ablaze Elite Trainer Box over on eBay. And, the last few sold were, $30-$35. Actually cheaper than they are on the Pokémon Center. And the reason for this is very, very simple. They are still widely available. And because they're still widely available, you can go and pick them up, honestly, pretty gosh darn cheap. We can go and play the exact same game with Vivid Voltage, just in case you don't believe me. And the thing is, I've got so much conviction in what I'm saying here, I've not actually looked up the price. I'm doing it as I'm typing. But once again here, we can see recent solds around $35-$40. And actually, the $35 one is with a case, although it's not a big fancy case. These ones people pick up in, I want to say Walmart or Target or somewhere like that. They're actually designed for, cereals and stuff. But they happen to be the exact right size for an Elite Trainer Box. So you can see you've got the lid there because it's kind of upside down. It's a little bit weird, but it works. And here's the thing. Right now, you can be looking at this and going, all right, Wassy, fair enough. Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage, you have convinced us quite nicely that these are currently available at or below retail, and they're pretty widely available. Now tell us why we should care. And I can tell you, and it's because of Rebel Clash. And I think it's fair to say that Rebel Clash is not a particularly great set. Rebel Clash was not a set that everybody went absolutely crazy for, and Copper Raja, the VMAX, that's what we see on the front of the Elite Trainer box. This isn't exactly a set which blew everybody away on release. It's a set that everybody kind of ignored. The thing is, the Elite Trainer box is no longer widely available. In fact, the Elite Trainer box is getting kind of borderline impossible to actually find. And then we head on over to eBay, and what do we see? Well, we got listings there of $125, $130, and $170. They're pretty gosh darned expensive. Bearing in mind, these are $40 products. You cannot get it right now for treble retail. Oh, I hear you shout, yeah, but come on, they're the listings. No one's actually paying that. Yeah, they are. Last couple sold I can find here are $130 and $170. So what that means is that, and this is one set before, remember, Darkness Ablaze is Sword and Shield 3. Vivid Voltage is Sword and Shield 4. Rebel Clash is Sword and Shield 2. That's it. Sword and Shield 2. You don't have to go back very far at all. And I'm sure there is some element here that Rebel Clash may have been printed in lower quantities than Darkness Ablaze, which obviously had a Charizard in, and Vivid Voltage, which has got Pikachu on the front. But does anybody realistically believe that the Copper Raja Elite Trainer box is going to end up more expensive than the Pikachu Elite Trainer box? Does anyone actually think that's going to be a thing? It's obviously not going to be a thing, ladies and gentlemen. The only difference between Rebel Clash and Vivid Voltage right now is that Rebel Clash is very clearly out of print and you can't find it in shops. So it's treble retail if you're lucky. And Vivid Voltage is very clearly in print and easy to find right now. So nobody can charge above retail because there's plenty of places that are selling it for retail. And no one's going to pay above retail when it's available for retail. That would be silly. So my point here is very simple. There is an opportunity for those of you that want to build your collection. You'll notice as well, of course, if we go back to the full view here, you'll notice that they're actually regular Elite Trainer boxes. This was before the Elite Trainer Box Plus came along. These are the only regular Elite Trainer boxes on the Pokemon Center because, you know, the Pluses came in and replaced them. That's why they're $40, not $50. The Pluses don't exist. Now, in terms of battle styles, I still have a hard time with battle styles. I did a video the other day where I basically showed you, hey, don't invest in battle styles. It's not going to go up huge amounts, but because other sets that are better haven't. And let's be clear here, right? This video is not supposed to be, hey, go and invest in these products. Go and buy loads of them because in a few years you'll be able to resell for loads. No. This video very clearly is trying to say, hey, your old pal Wassy here, bit of friendly advice. Some of these Elite Trainer boxes are getting old. They are from sets that have been around for a while. And they're still available pretty gosh darn cheap. In a while, they will not be available pretty gosh darn cheap. And I want you guys watching this to be the people who go, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that I bought these before they shot up in price. Rather than the people going, oh, I meant to pick one of them up, but I didn't. And now it's too late because the price has gotten silly. Because like Battle Styles, you can still pick up Battle Styles Elite Trainer boxes super cheap. Like super cheap. A couple sold here. We've got $35 for one or $67 for the pair. It's still very, very cheap. Now, that's a little bit of a newer set. You're into year 3 of the Sword and Shield TCG. My point here is that some of these, especially Darkness Ablaze and Vivid Voltage, and like I say, those are the two that really jumped out to me when I saw this on the Pokemon Center this morning. They are not going to remain cheap forever. And if you want to be picking them up, now is a pretty good time to do so. Because I can't tell you for how long they are going to remain. And it's one of those where you can pick them up in the near future, and it's going to be lovely, or you could not, and honestly, you're probably going to regret it in the long run if you don't pick them up when you get the chance. If anybody's wondering, over on the UK Pokemon Centre, they are actually available. You'll notice there is an extra on there. Fusion Strike is available on the UK where it's not currently available in the US. That's essentially the big difference between the pictures. It's also showing the sold out Crown Zenith one for some reason. Cheers for that. But yeah, it is it's kind of interesting how that happens. We can get Fusion Strike if we want. Yay! And this is, of course, the Pokemon Center Plus, which is a very good thing. If anybody's wondering, that is starting to creep up in price. It's selling for like $60, $65 over on eBay. So, you know, from the $50 it should be. It's not a huge amount more. But if you are in the UK and you're after a Fusion Strike Pokemon Center, well, Elite Trainer Box Pokemon Center one, the exclusive one, you know the one I mean. If you're after that and you're in the UK, again, friendly advice from your old pal Wassy, the fact that it's not even showing on the Pokemon Center US means it's probably not going to be around for long. If you want to be picking one of these up, might I suggest once again that you do so sooner rather than later. So there we go. And I'm going to keep bringing videos like this occasionally, videos of products where you might not have thought about or you might not be aware that they're in stock or whatever, where I can come along and be like, hey, you know, might be time. It might be time. Right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the deal, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me how excited you are. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Unknown One, who's been a supporter of ours for a little while now and seems at least to be a very lovely person. So thank you very much for all the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross and you've been watching PTCG Radio.